Geeta ma'am, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Geeta ma'am, good morning ma'am.
Good morning, madam. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning,
Welcome.
sir. Hello. Hello.
Good morning, good morning. Rajavarman madam.
Good morning, ma'am.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Audible இருக்கா மேடம்?
Audible sir, audible. Is it audible?
இந்த லிங்க் தானே?
Yeah, sir. In the link now.
Okay.
I think madam also has joined from Rania. She has joined, I think. Welcome, madam.
Yeah. Ma'am, good morning, madam.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm here. How are you?
Very good morning. Warm welcome. This is Rajavarman, the Deputy Dean of MGR Educational Research Institute.
Can I take the...
Morning,
Okay.
ma'am.
Good morning from Greece to all participants. Congratulations for this, for the organization of this resourceful, meaningful, and very important event. I'm Rangel, I'm from Greece. Currently, I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education. I'm very honored to be given the role of the inaugural speaker today. And I'm going to speak to you about sustainability in business, economy, and education, especially STEM education, since STEM is the future of education. May I share my presentation?
It's clear, madam. You just wait for 2 minutes. Our VC will be joining, madam. We'll start with 2 minutes.
Okay. Can I stop now?
No, madam. Wait for some time now. 10 minutes you wait. Okay.
Nitish, let the video be played till we start the program. Nitish?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Just play the video.
Yeah,
Play
sure.
the video till we start the program.
Yeah, okay.
joined, VC madam?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. We are checking whether our Vice Chancellor has joined. We have
Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, Madrawal, Chennai.
Ma'am, she has not joined yet. Our VC madam has not joined yet.
Just to go, try to call to VC ma'am.
I
Sure,
called her,
sir.
sir. I called her. She said she'll join shortly. I called her.
Okay, okay.
Hello.
Morning, madam.
Very good morning.
Morning,
Shall we
sir.
start? Shall we start?
We'll start, madam.
Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Rajavarman.
Good morning,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Ramesh sir, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. See, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
நான் ஆரம்பிச்சுட்டு கிளம்புறேம்மா.
Sir. Or 5 minutes. We'll start. We'll start.
Okay, ma'am. We'll start.
Anuradha.
And yes, ma'am. So good morning, everyone. On behalf of Faculty of Education, it's a great honor for all of us to welcome you all with gratitude for joining us today virtually for the International Online Conference IOC 2020 on Innovation and Sustainability through eSTEM. This conference intends to promote the idea of creating and maintaining a beautiful environment and surroundings in which we all live in. And it may be the sparks that will ignite a global movement to help in keeping the earth safe forever. In order to accomplish greater things with the blessings of Almighty, let us begin with invocation. Tamil Vardu.
நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast. With the words of Shakespeare, we would like to invite Professor Dr. K. Geeta, Principal, Faculty of Education, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to one and all present here. Respected galaxy of intellectuals, invited chief guest of honor, faculty members, respected ladies and gentlemen, happy morning everyone. Welcome you all to this August gathering, Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute, Faculty of Education, on the occasion of International Conference on Innovation and Sustainability through eSTEM, was successfully arranged with the support of management, students, friends, and colleagues. You all have made all of us proud of your eminent work in numerous ways. On behalf of Faculty of Education, I extend my warm welcome to our Honorable President and eminent person, Engineer A.C. Arun Kumar, who has been the backbone of this conference. And thank you, sir, for your constant support and encouragement. I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Daniel, Director, Ministry of Education, Athens, Greece. My hearty welcome, Madam, for accepting our invitation and spending your valuable time with us this morning. I also welcome Dr. Manoj Kumar Mishra, Department of Economics and Sciences, British American University, Florida campus. My hearty welcome to them. My welcome to Professor Vinu Thomas Gandhi, Associate Professor, Sikkim Government College, Canton. My hearty welcome you, Madam. I am immensely pleased to welcome our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Geeta Lakshmi, Madam, of our university, who's always encouraged our department. On behalf of all of us, my hearty welcome you, Madam. My hearty welcome to all the delegates from worldwide different universities and colleges for their constant effort and enthusiasm shown by spending their valuable proposals and papers. My congratulations to all the participants and paper presenters. My warm welcome to Dr. Cyril George, the Joint Director, Dr. Ed Amit for excellent motivation. My hearty welcome, sir. I welcome all the dignitaries of Phase 2 campus, Dr. Mathakan sir, Dr. Ramalingam Jaya, and Dr. Rajavarman sir, Deputy Dean, for updating their continuous support to our department. Finally, I welcome our MGR family from all the staff members, faculty members, and head of institutions, and for all teaching and non-teaching staff members. I welcome all the dignitaries and executives, those who have supported this conference to be a great success. My hearty welcome to one and all present here. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Madam, for the cheerful and warm welcome for the virtual gathering. Next, to throw light about our university, we invite Dr. Senthaman Pavel to give a glimpse about our university.
Thank you, Anna. Aiming to bring out change and progress through education, Tirumati Kannamal Educational Trust was constituted in the year 1985 and started Thai Mugambike Polytechnic College. Within 3 years of its instruction, Dr. MGR Engineering College was established in 1988 and Thai Mugambike College in 1991. Both the colleges in 2003 of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute as per the order of UGC, New Delhi, and MHRD, Government of India, New Delhi. ACS Medical College and Hospital, Pelappanchavadi, Chennai, started in 2008, has been brought into the ambit as a constituent unit of deemed university through MHRD notification. The university has been accredited with A grade by NAC and it has been reviewed and recommended by statutory bodies like UGC, NBA, AICTE and NCTE, certified with ISO 9001-2015. Currently, the university has bloomed into 14 different faculty. 16 MOU are signed for having better industry institute tie-up and for knowledge upgradation of students and for equipping them as industry fit. The university has an excellent track record in placements in leading software companies like TCS, IBM, Infosys, Accenture, HCL. Students take their internship in foreign countries sponsored by our university. The Faculty of Education was established in 2005. It is a co-educational institution offering 2 years B.Ed course and produces 100% results and 100% placement. Students of B.Ed placed in various leading schools also. So this is about our university. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhavin. We consider it a great honor to welcome Professor Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi, Vice Chancellor, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, a former Vice Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Government, the Dr. MGR Medical University, Guindy, Director of Medical Education, Government of Tamil Nadu, Dean of Stanley Medical College, Madras Medical College, Kilpack Medical College, and Director and Professor of Clinical Microbiology for the introductory address. Please, Madam. Madam.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for inviting me for this international conference. And of course, I should appreciate Geeta and our faculty members team who have worked a long way for the past few months on making this successful international webinar conference. And I think so the next 2 days would be a very knowledgeable and learning process by our faculty as well as by our students. And of course, on behalf of the management, our chairman, Mr. A.C. Shanmugam, and our president, Mr. A.C.S. Arun Kumar, they have really given freedom for all the faculties to do on the behalf of education whatever they would like. And this webinar with the international faculty, resource person would fetch more knowledge on the education part. And I wish you all success for the coming 2 days. And I think so each one of you would make this event a successful event to be spoken of. Thank you once again. And I also want to invite international faculty for our adjunct professors in our university. You can also welcome them to be visiting faculty of our university. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your influential and encouraging message. It is a great pleasure for us to invite Professor Dr. L. Ramesh, Dean Events, Patent, Publications and Alumni, who has been supporting us for this international conference from the beginning for the felicitation address. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. My voice is audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible.
Very great morning and very happy and wonderful morning. It was very great that which I participated today through the online mode. Very happy to congratulate Faculty of Education for the International Online Conference on Innovation and Sustainability through East. Right. So the first congratulations for that, and the second big congratulations for inviting a person for inauguration, those who worked internationally in Eastham. So that is what the right person you identified, Dr. Rania Lampu, the Director, Ministry of Education, and Madam, this ma'am is actually working towards the area which you are doing now today, the innovation and sustainability through the Eastham. So that is what that shows that how the conference was planned and how it is going to be executed for next 2 days. Madam Rania ma'am, very warm welcome on behalf of Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. So very, very closely we are associated by lot 2-3 programs. It was very happy that all our faculty of education was very happy that connected with us. We want your support very strongly for our faculty of education in their other kind of activities through the board of that is the curriculum development for their the academic activities, ma'am, in future. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And thank you. And so I need to share about Rania because she is the not only the thing, she is a very big contributor for United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. 4 to 5 projects she is the founder, and not only that, lot of awards we received. When I can able to see in my Facebook, weekly 1 or 2 awards madam is receiving, and that awards all are a global recognized award, and a very beautiful award, Global Teacher Prize finalist. That is the top 50 teachers in the globe. That is a very prestigious movement. We invited a person like that for in our conference. Okay, and about our faculty of education have very strong team, and very strong team faculty, very strong team students, and they already done lot of contribution, not only for inside the campus, they are doing lot of contribution outside the society also. Very recently their students 7 or 8 videos their students done related to the energy conservation. So related to energy conservation, the students done the videos, and that video got viral, and around it reached around 20,000 people and got well appreciated. So what is the reason we get that? The team of faculty of education not only concentrating on the one particular, they are concentrating on the social awareness. So that will always helpful for the people to contribute. That is the reason. So again, this all happened because of your very strong head we are having, Geeta ma'am. Because of the strong principle, it is going in a nice way. I congratulate all the participants, all the other guests, other speakers, who all are going to give the presentation. Professor Dr. Manoj Mishra sir, Dr. Binu Thomas ma'am, Dr. Vinay. So like that, plus the people, those who are going to present the papers, so that it will be a very great session for another 2 days. And I request all to enjoy the session for 2 days. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your encouragement. Now I kindly request Mrs. V. Anuradha to introduce our resource person, Dr. Rania Lambo.
Thank you, Harvey.
Thank you very much.
Let me introduce ma'am.
Okay.
We take privilege and honor to introduce our chief guest of the inaugural session, Dr. Rania Lampo, Director, Ministry of Education, Athens, Greece. She is a passionate researcher on cognitive psychology and cognitive neurosciences. She is also a STEM instructor and an ICT teacher trainer in Greece. She has been awarded many national and international prizes, and she is a Global Teacher Prize finalist 2019. She is the founder of 4 international projects that focus on the United Nations Sustainability Development Goals described in the 2030 Agenda. She promotes STEM vision by introducing STEM in astronomy and physics projects and combines STEM with language teaching. She strongly believes that brain-based learning and teaching could lead to important breakthroughs in learning, because recent findings of neuroeducation provide valuable insights into how students learn and how to engage them in the classroom. It is really an honor to have such a dynamic personality from other side of the world to share her thoughts with us through this virtual meet. We once again welcome you, ma'am, for this inaugural address. Ma'am, the session is yours now.
Thank you very much for your lovely introduction. Good morning from Greece to all participants. I would like to express my deepest appreciation and convey my congratulations on the organization of this enriching and resourceful conference. I'm very, very honored to be given the role of the inaugural speaker today. And today I'm going to speak to you about sustainability in business, economy, and education, especially STEM education, since STEM is the future of education. May I share my presentation?
Yes, madam, you can share.
Here is another presentation. Can I? It isn't. I can't enable my share screen. Can you see my PowerPoint?
Pavel?
Can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's present. Yes.
Okay. So, the current economic and social crisis. Anyway. The current economic and social crisis invites us to discuss sustainable innovation or environmental innovation as a basis for a new techno-economic and social paradigm founded on savings of energy and resources and the development of renewable energies. So the economic analysis of the relationship between innovation and performance should include the environmental constraint as the ultimate limit of the development of capitalism. In the 20th century, the Western world economy has gone through many stages. For example, after the Second World War, there was a shortage of products. It was necessary to organize the world according to scientific management. As a result, employment and prosperity increased, but what relates to the human factor at work still remained unchanged. This led to alienating behaviors and separated workers from the creative process and their own creations. This is shown in a very original way by the conveyor belt in the film of Charlie Chaplin, Modern Times. Four decades later, there were enough reasonably priced quality products and product development sped up. This fact gave the consumer a lot of choices. Automation was necessary to speed up the production and to give the products the variety clients demanded. Halfway the 90s, stock market and Anglo-Saxon management became important. Nowadays, 20% of the companies in Europe are governed by shareholder value, and there are large-scale investments on information systems. These systems are necessary to deliver the quality promised to clients. In 2000, during the Lisbon conference, governmental leaders promised to make Europe the most dynamic and competitive knowledge economy in the world. Unfortunately, it seems that the knowledge and the technology that were so strongly promoted did not have many applications in companies and institutions. This is the innovation paradox, the divide between inventions and utilization. So strategic choices are important for companies. These choices include cost leadership, product leadership, client intimacy, innovation, and value-based management. Sustainability is also an important factor because it ensures that future generations have the same amount of well-being. Therefore, it is very important to place emphasis on efficiency and prevention of waste of resources. According to Brundtland definition, sustainable development is development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So sustainability consists of many parameters such as conservation of capital, stability of system. Although there is no alternative to sustainability, companies think that sustainability will compromise their competitiveness and will not deliver immediate financial benefits. Developing green products seems to them like a disadvantage against their competitors in developing countries who are not subjected to sustainability pressures. That's why becoming sustainable is treated as a burden and as an impediment for the company objectives. However, this is simply not true because becoming environmentally friendly lowers costs, for example, reduces the need for elaborate packaging and increases profits because green products are better quality projects. Smart companies consider sustainability as a source of innovation. Sustainability gives a competitive advantage and gives impetus to development. What are the 5 stages? Companies that decided to support sustainability go through 5 important stages of change. First stage, leveraging the compliance to the laws as a challenge and as an opportunity to promote innovation. An example of eco-friendly innovation is the adoption of tin copper soldiers by Hewlett Packard. The company realized that the lead soldiers that were used had high toxicity and replaced them with safer ones in compliance with the European Union's Restriction of Hazardous Substances Directive, which regulates the use of lead in electronics products as soon as it took effect in July 2006. Second stage, ensuring that supplies and retailers are environmentally friendly. Earlier, in 2006, the European Union told hardware manufacturers that they could not use carcinogenic hexavalent chromium as anti-corrosion coating. Companies complied with this regulation, but they were asked for more time in order to develop alternatives. In 2002, Europe's waste electrical and electronic equipment regulations required hardware manufacturers to pay for the cost of recycled products in proportion to their sales. So in 2007, more than 1,000 companies in 30 countries recycled about 20% of the equipment. So this effort enhanced the reputation with consumers, policymakers, and the electronics industry. Companies develop sustainable operations by analyzing each link in the value chain. First, they make changes in obvious areas such as supply chains, and then they move to less obvious aspects such as returned products. Companies also work with farmers to develop sustainable practices in the cultivation of palm oil, soybeans, cacao, and other agricultural commodities such as cargill and unilevel. This has resulted in techniques to improve crop yields and seed production. Companies also discovered that vendors consume 80% of the energy, water, and other resources used by a supply chain, and that there must be a priority in the effort to create sustainable operations. Partly because of companies also discovered that vendors consume 80% of the energy, water, and other resources. Partly because of environmental concerns, some corporations encourage employees to work from home. This leads to reductions in travel time, travel costs, and energy use. 1/10 of the corporations, according to research, had from 21st to 15% of their employees telecommuting regularly. Of IBM's employees, 25 telecommute, which leads to annual savings of $700 million in real estate costs alone. It is estimated that it saves $550 million annually as a result of telecommuting. Productivity rises by 10 to 20%, and job satisfaction also increases when people telecommute up to 3 days a week. Third stage, designing sustainable projects and services mostly based on biomimicry. Companies promote cold water detergents to reduce the cost of electricity involved in washing clothes. Households spend 3% of their annual electricity budget to heat water for washing clothes. If they switch to cold water washing, Procter & Gamble reckoned they would consume 80 billion fewer kilowatt hours of electricity and emit 34 million fewer tons of carbon dioxide. During the current recession, Procter & Gamble has continued to promote cold water products, emphasizing their low energy costs and compact packaging. Fourth stage, developing new business models that combine digital and physical infrastructure. And stage 5, building business platforms that will enable customers and suppliers to manage energy in radically different ways. Now, what about STEM? The acronym STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, was first introduced in the late decade of 90s in the United States by the National Science Foundation. Scientists argue that STEM is the only way in order to secure a strong economy and capable workers. Authentic STEM education has been practiced sporadically in schools. We suggest that there are two driving reasons for this. Engineering is not a subject area in the elementary school curriculum. And second, pre-service teachers are not trained in the engineering discipline. Globally, the other three components of STEM education, science, technology, and mathematics, have curriculum documents and constitute elements of initial teacher education programs. So why keep changing the elusive engineering aspect? Since engineering is an elusive subject for primary schools, it has been proposed that the E in STEM should be renegotiated as environmental considerations. Here we see what UNESCO says advances in STEM have already brought about improvements in many aspects of life, such as health, agriculture, infrastructure, and renewable energy. STEM education is also key for preparing students for the world of tomorrow. The skills acquired by STEM education, even referred by World Economic Forum as a measurement of the future preparedness of the countries. Today, students are very different for previous generations. They have been called digital natives or born digital in comparison to the previous generation called digital immigrants. Web-based applications promote learning in many ways since they are close to pupils' needs and interests. Web-based applications are easy to access from everywhere, are easy to use, and give the opportunity to people to learn in an authentic way through real-life inspired activities. Here we can see some researches. As far as the online virtual lab is concerned, some researchers tested the effectiveness of virtual labs in comparison with hands-on labs in physics in two major universities. The participants were 224 students from both universities. In the first group, students used virtual labs as alternatives to traditional ones or as tools to support them. The second group of students used hands-on labs and played the role of the control group. As far as the effectiveness of both methods is concerned, the results of the study suggest that there is no difference. Virtual labs are as much effective as traditional labs in science education. And as they point out, virtual labs reduce equipment needs, are available at any time from any web-based and online application in STEM education, where offer more information to students and offer students the opportunity to work at their own pace while exploring difficult or interesting concepts. Other scientists developed a web-based assessment system for evaluating junior high students' collaborative problem skills in the context of STEM education. The students had to work together with a computer avatar to solve problems for their everyday life. Through the keyboard, students were communicating with the avatar for guidance or to ask for several items. The avatar was searching in an item bank and responded to their request. Their system has been tested among 222 junior high students, and the results suggest that the assessment system was effective in assessing students' collaborative problem-solving skills. Other researchers used online tools to promote learning of sustainability principles in construction engineering education. So they compared Autodesk and Procode to free online training courses on two related sustainability aptitudes: system thinking and understanding of interconnectedness, and action orientation and change agent skills. The authors conducted a study by paper and online surveys to students enrolled in two graduate level courses offered as part of a construction engineering and management master program. Their findings suggest that Autodesk is very effective in promoting the skills required. Other researchers developed a software to detect key knowledge and skills of students in primary and secondary schools in Slovakia and Czech Republic. The results of the study indicate that web-based testing is very useful for collecting data, but it can be a very effective tool to increase digital literacy for students and teachers as well. What about online games? It's a very interesting topic. Researchers designed and tested the Source. Source is an alternate reality game developed by the Game Changer Chicago Design Lab. It's a game premeditated to foster interest and knowledge related to science, technology, engineering among youth from populations underrepresented in STEM fields. The activities included, among others, online games about technology and hacking, blogging about STEM topics, board games about math and cryptography. Through multiplayer and social emphasis, design small teams were formed for collaboration. A total of 144 participants took part in a 5-week summer program. 43 of them participated in the evaluation process, which contained interviews followed by qualitative analysis. According to the results, game-based learning can promote collaboration, narrative in games, can be used to show STEM relation to the real world, peer-to-peer mentoring sparkles STEM interest of the youth, and finally, the results pointed out the importance of collective role playing in education. Other also researchers used an online flexible game mathematics. Other study participated 69 students and 4 teachers of a public secondary school. Half of them were the control group and the other half the experimental one. A pre and post questionnaire was used in order to identify students' attitude to mathematics. 2 equivalent paper-based tests were used to evaluate the before and after the intervention knowledge. And finally, a series of semi-constructed interviews were carried out with a view to validating the results of the questionnaires. The statistical analysis of the data was conducted using ANCOVA and MACOVA tests. As the results of the study suggest, the game had a positive effect on students' attitudes on the value, enjoyment, motivation, dimensions, and there was no gender difference of the results. So in this part, we try to, so far, to present the latest trends in STEM education that exploit the web not only just as information tool, but as a tool that plays a central role in the educational process. By exploiting connectivity, increasing the means that can be shared online, and developing cooperation between people from distance, new educational paradigms are emerging. People can access knowledge through distance, informal or even in the informal environment of MOOCs. With web tools, the communication between learners and teachers is being synchronous and promotes collaboration. Virtual apps are made so flexible and easy to use and achieve the same cognitive results as real ones, saving both resources and time. Online tools help both teachers and learners access knowledge easy and effective, promoting digital literacy. And finally, online games encourages and motivates students, helping them learn in a playful way. Although the positive contribution of web-based learning is widely accepted, more research needs to be done on how this know-how can go into more advanced areas of STEM-related topics. Now, environmental education has been a part of the curriculum in Western education systems for decades. Education for sustainable development, the aim of this of education is to empower people to participate in shaping a sustainable future. This requires a reorientation of current education systems and should develop individual values, knowledge, skills, and competencies for sustainable living and participation in society. Most important characteristics is that it's contextual and locally relevant learning. And although there is no universal model, there is a broad agreement on the characteristic of such education. It should be interdisciplinary, holistic, and value-driving. It should promote critical thinking, problem solving, include a variety of learning and teaching methods, and encourage participation and collaboration. 3 dimensions also are important: economic, social, and educational. Sustainable development must be the guiding principle both in the daily life of education institutions and in long-term planning. This requires everyone at schools and at universities to discuss how to best direct activities in order to support the development of a sustainable society. Environmental problems require an interdisciplinary integrated approach. That means that students should be involved in a locale or habitat, for example, in a park, or in the effort to develop an awareness and concern for the environment. It is important for students to learn how important it is to adopt lifestyles that respect the environmental resources. Ethics is a very important issue, because ethics can be incorporated into STEM education through the use of well-formulated questions and discussion. According to UNESCO, many of the most important ethical predicaments the world community is facing today arise in connection with science, in scientific research, and in the development and applications of new technology. So providing resolutions to environmental problems. STEM education ideally would be based on interventions by students with the purpose of providing is either to maintain or to upgrade the ecosystem. An example now, very interesting, of this intervention is given by CB. You can see also the website here. The solution presented on this site was created by a pair of Australian surfers to clean the solid, non-biodegradable rubbish from partially enclosed water areas such as marinas and waterways. A lot of questions arise concerning teacher education programs. The connected nature of integrated STEM education should be reflected in teachers' education, and the possibility of arts and English becoming a part of STEM also should be seriously considered. Now, STEM education. Educators more and more, especially in primary education, incorporate STEM into the classrooms. STEM incorporates arts into the acronym STEM. Here are the top 3 concepts to use in a STEM environment. Explore. Students need time with each of their senses to examine and manipulate objects, to identify and solve problems independently. Collaboration. It is hard even for adults to admit that someone else may have a better idea or way of solving a problem. Educators need to teach this and early. Collaborating, cooperation, critical thinking, and problem solving are essential skills that children need endless opportunities to master. And of course, improving the STEAM atmosphere, reaching the goal is only step 1. Students need to be taught that failure is important, but even with success comes room for improvement. Example of STEAM projects. A very important project conducted by the Department of Mathematics and Science of Pratt Institute in Brooklyn studies the matter that existed microseconds after the Big Bang, before protons, neutrons, or atoms existed. This matter is created that 2 atom smashers, the relativistic heavy ion collider, and the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, where collisions of heavy atomic nuclei create temperatures 300,000 times hotter than the center of our sun. So this project inspired a series of mixed media paintings by Sarah Spavo called Glamorous Gluons Mixed Media Painting. Here we can see. It's wonderful. And here is a project that I implemented with my students. It's paper home with autonomous electrical power supply. We did this project during lockdown through remote learning. It was quite challenging and quite difficult, I must admit. Now, what about environmental education?
Yes, ma'am.
Environmental education is grounded in the belief that if individuals learn how to make informed decisions, they will do so. Environmental education is further rooted in the belief that humans can live compatibly with nature and act equitably toward each other. Another fundamental belief is that people can make informed decisions that consider future generations and reflect changing circumstances. Environmental education aims for a democratic, inclusive society in which effective, environmentally literate community members possess a sense of empowerment and agency and participate with creativity and responsibility. Ultimately, ensuring environmental literacy is a vital societal goal and must play an integral role throughout educational systems at the national, state, and provincial level and in every classroom. Environmental education framework is also essential and necessary. Why? Because it could offer a vision of environmental education that makes sense within educational systems and promote progress towards sustaining a healthy environment and quality of life. We need environmental literacy, which depends on learners' ability to ask questions, speculate, and hypothesize about the world around them, seek information, develop answers to their questions. Learners must be familiar with inquiry, master fundamental skills for gathering and organizing information, and interpret and synthesize information to develop and communicate explanations. What are the skills promoted by the environmental literacy? questioning, designing investigations, collecting information, evaluating accuracy and reliability, organizing and analyzing information, working with models and simulations, drawing conclusions and developing explanations. Now, environmental literacy is also dependent of an understanding of the process and systems that comprise the environment, including human social systems and influences. Students develop an understanding of how changes in one system results in changes in another. They develop an understanding of how human activities affect environmental quality and long-term sustainability at local and global levels. Now, what are the skills for understanding and addressing? Skills and knowledge are refined and applied in the context of environmental issues at varying scales. Environmental literacy includes the abilities to define, learn about, evaluate, and act on environmental issues. Students investigate issues, consider evidence and differing viewpoints. They evaluate proposed action plans, including likely effectiveness in specific environmental, cultural, social, and economic contexts. They analyze the intended and unintended consequences of their own actions and actions taken by other individuals and groups, including long-term environmental, social, and economic implications for sustainability. These skills are grouped into subcategories. Skills for analyzing and investigating environmental issues, such as identifying and investigating issues, sorting out the consequences of issues, identifying and critiquing alternative solutions and courses of action, and finally working with flexibility, creativity, and openness. Decision-making and action skills, forming and evaluating personal views, evaluating the need for action, planning and taking action, evaluating the results of actions. We also have personal civic responsibility skills, because environmentally literate community members are willing and able to act on their own conclusions about what should be done to ensure environmental equality, social equity, and economic prosperity. As learners develop and apply concept-based learning and skills for inquiry, analysis, and action, they also understand that what they do individually and the groups can make a difference. So 3 parts are recognizing rights and responsibilities, recognizing efficacy and developing agency, accepting personal responsibility. Now we can see some best practices of combined and environmental and STEM education. Here we can see El Paso community-wide air quality curriculum. In 6th grade, students measure temperature changes in ambient air compared to carbon dioxide to understand the greenhouse effect and the foundation of climate change. They create public service announcements about the climate issues for the school news channel and their families. Students in 7th grade use scientific databases about cities with high air pollution levels to examine the relation between income, education, and health. So El Paso is located in an area where inversions occur and the brown-gray haze often hangs over the city. So 8th grade students explore causes of thermal inversions and use data sources to find the major pollution sources affecting local air quality. Applying scientific data helps students understand how actions in the USA affecting neighbor Mexico and develop solutions to improve regional air quality. Another best practice is Green Schools Project Learning Trees. This program inspires students to improve the environment at their school, at home, and their community. Student-led green teams apply STEM to create greener and healthier schools and save schools money. Most importantly, with green schools, there are students who lead the way. 5 hands-on, student-driven investigations provide the blueprint for green teams to examine their school energy use, waste and recycling, water consumption, school site, environmental quality, and establish benchmarks. So we see energy investigation. That means that students investigate how much energy their school uses, the main sources of that energy, and ways to implement energy-saving strategies. Environmental quality investigation. Students investigate areas where improvements can be made in indoor air quality, transportation, chemical use, and more. Site investigation. Students investigate natural habitats, wildlife, trees, grounds maintenance practices, and ways to make improvements to the school site. Waste and recycle investigation. Students investigate how much waste the school regenerates and where it goes, as well as recycling and composting efforts. Water investigation. Students investigate the source, cost, and quality of their school's water supply and ways to enhance current water conservation practices. Another best practice is the Bridge the Gap program. One of the highlights of being an environmental educator is the sight of a student first discovering nature, be in a tiny insect or an entire forest. Stewardship implies accepting responsibility for the future of the planet. When we connect with the place we live, we can conceive of ourselves as part of and not separate from the earth. So this affects both of our conscious and unconscious actions and inevitably shapes our interactions with the environment. This concept of stewardship is central in Aboriginal teachings, which generally take a holistic view of the world. In Canada, this program, Bridging the Gap, brings together environmental science and Aboriginal concepts of stewardship and gives fourth grade students from inner city schools the opportunity to visit local natural areas. Aboriginal elders and advisors are an integral part of Bridging the Gap, each bringing their own unique beliefs and knowledge to the program and maintaining an important link between past and present generations. One Bridging the Gap field trip offers a fall outdoor habitat study in which students visit 3 habitats in Winnipeg that are accessible by public transportation. The study of each habitat is divided into 3 sections, beginning with discussion with an Aboriginal elder, followed by a hike, and concluding with the recording of information into data booklets. So speaking with an elder gives students the opportunity to explore a different perspective on the role of humans in the natural world. The class learns about Aboriginal approaches to environmental stewardship, human interrelationships, and human reliance on animals, plants, and Mother Earth for survival. Every talk varies, but the focus is always on responsibility and respect for Mother Earth and our fellow animals and relations. During the hike, students are introduced to the resident animals, plants, and unique features of the habitat. The hike is taken slowly to give students time to notice small details and to stop and listen. Discovering signs of wildlife prompts them to think of the animals that make the habitat home. Breaks are taken to taste edible plants such as licorice root and rose hip, which students learn has more vitamin C than an orange. This encourages discussion of local food sources and allows students to connect concepts with concrete examples. The hike concludes with a review and recording of information about the components of the habitat. The data sheet is designed to reinforce the concept that humans are also animals. The habitat study engaged students in a wide variety of areas, including science, social studies, mathematics, Aboriginal cultures, visual arts, language arts, physical education, and health. Another best practice is in Wolverine Park, Anchorage in Alaska. When we think of Alaska, many people envision white peaks and wilderness, but Campbell STEM Elementary School in Anchorage is like many urban schools across America, surrounded by stores, steel manufacturers, and railroad and all other trappings of downtown America. So the student body has richly diverse racial, ethnic, and language backgrounds. Wolverine Park was originally conserved not because it held any special ecological value, but simply as a one-block green space. Perhaps the only thing setting it apart from urban parks in other states was the regular appearance of moose. So Anchorage has a lot of moose. The project inspired by the Ideator Trail to Every Classroom Training, ITREC. This is a year-long course that helps teachers develop curriculum with an emphasis on community partnerships. The ITREC interdisciplinary place-based model emphasizes ecology, civics, outdoor recreation, and volunteerism, connecting teachers with resources and offering peer support. It is based on the concept that students' understanding of their own place is key to developing ecological literacy and the stewardship ethic. The students mapped Wolverine Park, asking themselves, what is here now? What do people use the park for? What would we like to see here? The second and sixth grade did their work separately, but the classes came up with very similar findings. They prioritized creating interpretive signs to inform the community about local plants and animals with a focus on birds. And with an interest in health activity, we decided to improve the pathways to encourage community use. Schumacher School, it's an 11-acre school site that includes access to Cherry Creek, the second largest stream in Denver, Colorado. A portion of the land is owned by Denver's Public Works Department and includes a pond that receives the city's stormwater runoff. With native plants that help filter the water, this green infrastructure was constructed with teaching in mind. So this program uses the expeditionary learning model. And according to this model, the teacher, in their study of birds, begins the national curriculum with her students, and then zoom in on the local. After the class, teachers spend time on the public paths this is about school property. The kids identified crows, sparrows, mallard ducks, barred beetles, and magpies. And as the students learned about the birds' habits and diets, they realized that crows, which are natural spacemakers, were eating litter left on the pathways. With support from the city, the students planned colorful educational murals describing the lives and value of the local bird species. Additional community service work was planned, including possibly installing extra trash cans and additional educational signage based on students' field work. Cal Water Challenge in California. Students develop water solutions measuring the safety of drinking water, applying intelligent planting techniques to conserve water in parched areas, testing water and soil samples to help protect the local watershed. These are among the hands-on solutions-based projects developed by California's 4th through 6th graders through a classroom competition. Cal Water Project is a project-based environmentally forced competition. It offers upper elementary teachers an opportunity to facilitate their students' learning of standards-based content while developing the core understanding of environmental principles necessary to becoming science literate citizens. Designed in conjunction with the Cal Water, the Classroom Challenge is aligned with the common core state standards and complementary to the next generation science standards. Through the Classroom Challenge, students initiate, develop, and implement a 4 to 8 week project focusing on caring for water. And this class-based project explores water as a global and local resource while tackling a local water problem in individual and community-based endeavor. Students create a final portfolio documenting their work and submitting it, along with student and teacher reflections to the competition. Pittman Charter School in Stockton. With guidance from the teacher, 4th and 5th grade students developed a two-pronged water conservation project. Students researched, designed, and prepared a California native garden with drought-tolerant plants for the school and initiated a public outreach plan by writing to city officials to advocate for the replacement of grassy areas with native plants. The idea came to students while looking for ways to expand ongoing water conservation efforts. The classroom realized they could restore an existing school space that was overrun with weeds and debris. By creating the garden, students were able to conserve water while also beautifying their school and promoting greater water conservation efforts in their community. After initial environmental inventories, students in another school at Lanier Middle School of Fairfax, students self-select groups of 3 to 6 and they choose the issue they would like to address. 1 year, students choose to tackle plastic water bottle use at their school. And here we can note that many educators have an entire class work on one issue together while doing Earth Force and use a voting method explained in Earth Force materials to facilitate that. So one of the issues that are chosen, plastic water bottles, etc., students collaborate and conduct research, including speaking to administration and members of the community. They also begin working on a report that has them that has explained them the issue and organize the research as the final portion of this step. These reports are then presented to the class, usually as a slideshow or an essay. After doing also a deep dive into researching the selected issues, it is time to pick a strategy for taking action. At Lanier, student groups can choose to move forward or combine with other groups who have similar ideas to strengthen their teams. Those teams that need to develop a plan based on the research to tackle the issue they have identified. A few student groups remain at this point, all wanted to address plastic use in Lanier in different ways. Now that project strategies have been chosen, Lanier students can now act. During this step, students meet with community members, their school board, city council members, or community experts to carry out their action plan. Students spoke to the Fairfax School Board and got permission to install 9 water bottle refilling stations to reduce the use of plastic water bottles. Other students started a collection center for plastic bags. These are just 2 examples of many great projects. The grand finale is a celebration and recognition of students' work, and this is the time to discuss next steps and how to move forward, as well as what we can do to keep this thing going. And this is the time to let students reflect on their experience and celebrate their success. Another example is Centerville Elementary's ethnically diverse public school, and the student body speaks over 55 languages at home with that school. Each grade in the K6 school maintains its own garden space. Second graders have a butterfly garden, while fourth graders study the state's indigenous plants in the garden they have created as a topographically accurate map of Virginia. Third and fifth graders grow produce that is sold as a weekly school farmers market, a comprehensive undertaking that includes planting, weeding, and harvesting, as well as running a cash register and scale and doing bookkeeping. The market is a partnership with a local farmer who helps students with the agricultural efforts and sells the produce alongside the students. Students conduct a range of audits, including energy waste, water, food, habitat, biodiversity, health and transportation, and then create follow-up action plans. Students meet with school custodians, cafeteria managers, and administrators to ensure the proposals meet with success. Akaula School, Molokai, Hawaii. Mountains meet water and human systems meet natural systems. These are the dynamic stories of the Hawaiian island of Molokai. With a dramatic coastline featuring the world's highest sea cliffs and extensive but endangered coral reefs, Molokai also has an island landscape that is a study in contrast with both lush forests and large dry swaths that are denuded due to historic overgrazing. So Akaula School is a private school in Molokai serving grades 5 to 12. Some of the student body, majority, is of native Hawaiian heritage, and Akaula makes a point of examining issues from a traditional Hawaiian cultural perspective. So Akaula focuses on helping students grow into environmentally literate citizens through its middle school curriculum, providing resolutions with integrity for a sustainable Molokai. This is what we call PRISM. Inspired by the critical thinking and problem-solving approach of Harold Hungerford and colleagues, the award-winning PRISM model begins with study of the local ecosystem and the human systems coexisting with it, including people's position and beliefs. Students are then encouraged to choose an issue important to them and their community. Recent investigations have included alternative fuel vehicles, the effects of sunscreen chemicals on marine life, single-use water bottles, desalination, and coral gardening. Learning to write research questions and grant data critical to their scientific investigations. Middle school teachers are often hard-pressed to find age-appropriate content on complex environmental issues, so the student-teacher collaboration to research and interpret sophisticated scientific materials is a cornerstone of PRISM's reading and maths programs. Aided by community surveys, field trips, and visits from experts, students develop specific action projects to address the target issues, including education. Students hosted an electric vehicle show on Molokai, and advocacy, student research, and activism helped create Hawaii's statewide bottle bill. The Kaula co-founder educator recalls a sixth grade named whose crusade against plastics not only led to a polystyrene ban policy at a local school, but a one-day awareness raising polystyrene ban across the island of Molokai. PRISM students carry their research and activism skills into high school and college, with many students going on to become biologists, botanists, and marine students and scientists. Triangle Lake, nestled in the foothills of the Oregon Coast Range in the small and incorporated community, Triangle Lake Charter School is a rural school serving K-12 students all under one roof. With a total of 245 students, this community-based teaches many students who are the children, grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren of former students. Serving a large percentage of low-income students, Triangle Lake educators and staff have named integrity, compassion, ingenuity, and collaboration as their core values, and they're proud of their safe, nurturing environment and personal attention to each student. The school focuses educational programming on information technology, health and fitness, and natural resources. Triangle Lake is one of over 15 schools working with Oregon State University as a stewardship school trained through the Oregon Natural Resources Education Program. The faculty and staff of schools in the program work with Oregon Natural Resources Education Program for 3 years to integrate natural resources into their classes and programs. This approach focuses on comprehensive content, strategies, and skills to support meaningful natural resource-focused classrooms and outdoor experiences for every subject and at each grade level. As in every rural area, the population in these programs are relatively small. They range from a training 120 teachers in the largest district to 10 or fewer in more remote areas. In a state where forests and natural resources are central to both the culture and the economy, an environmentally literate public is all the more valuable in ensuring wise stewardship. And Triangle Lake educators took on the added challenges of creating landmark outdoor learning experiences for each grade level. So, we see a progression of natural resource focused events and field trips anchored to the community, addressing topics including local agriculture, land development and preservation, and natural resources role in literature. Innovation is not always easy. Educators have struggled to find funding and planning time while working to identify strong links to standards. Many of the 9th to 12th grade educators are also middle school educators in this small school, and the field experiences have to tie into many subject areas at each grade level. Educators and administrators have collaborated to shift both students and teachers' schedules to accommodate the field experiences. And the last one is the Arizona project, taking a systems approach, humans' complex relationship with water in arid regions regions has been evolving for millennia. In Arizona, the Hohokam civilization began building canals, an agricultural irrigation system that guided the water infrastructure still in use today. Arizona's teachers study this history and more as they examine today's water struggles. As development in desert areas has increased, raising awareness about the critical resource has become a top priority for environmental educators. Arizona Project WED, based at the University of Arizona, features a three-pronged approach focusing on teacher training, working directly with students, and training community volunteers. Municipalities and water community companies work as partners to create programs specific to this arid region. And in grades 6 to 12, the Aqua System program is designed to engage students through units of school water audits, rainwater harvesting, and riparian exploration. An additional program encourages students to bring water conservation practices and technology into their homes. The riparian habitat exploration specifically introduces students to a range of environmental careers and has them the opportunity to complete a job application for the careers that pique their interest. Students are grouped into careers and develop scientific field investigation questions exploring aquatic or terrestrial biology, water chemistry, botany, and other areas of interest. Students are matched with volunteer scientists as mentors and pursue the real investigation they have identified. The 3-day Aqua STEM Academy teacher training features a full day on systems thinking. Trainers work to deepen teachers' and ultimately students' understanding by highlighting 4 key cognitive skills: making distinctions, recognizing part-whole systems, identifying relationships, and understanding different perspectives. Now, I want to say that personally, I am the founder of the national coordinator of the national project Water Life Given and Threat. This project is actually a work of love. I was really moved when I heard that children in Malawi don't have clean water to drink, and nobody has ever taught them how to filter it. They even have to walk miles away from the villages for some water which is unsuitable to drink. This is the reason why contagious diseases are the main causes of death among children in Malawi. They die because they don't have access to safe water, something that we people in the Western world take for granted. Therefore, I decided to design a course to raise water awareness among children, to teach them how to sanitize their water and to create opportunities for them to appeal to the benevolence of sponsors and private citizens, people in general who are willing to contribute financially to the creation of the appropriate infrastructure towards safe water. The project was taught originally to my students and children of refugees in remote areas of Greece, and soon it expanded to several countries, especially in Africa. It focuses on 4 out of 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals described in the Agenda for Sustainable Development. This is the first time, what is the originality of this project? It's that the first time STEM and water education are combined in a course, the originality of which is due to the fact that children are encouraged to use natural resources for their activities. Why? See, because their poverty doesn't allow them to be able to afford the school supplies. So with very limited resources, children manage to create mind maps, timelines with branches and stones. They also perform water experiments and dramatizations. They learned how to filter water. They compared water legends from several African countries. Together with some teachers of the program, we achieved to obtain donations, sanitation and filtering equipment, and furthermore, something which is very important, 6 wells well drilled and constructed in an area of Malawi where children had to walk for 90 minutes to find water. I also raised donations of food, water, and juices from language schools, and we also raised money from a basal selling arts and crafts model of wells made by my students. I'm also the founder and the national coordinator of another project called Food for Thought. This project is addressed to students in countries where high level of childhood stunting and wasting persists, and also to students affected by micronutrient deficiencies, often called hidden hunger. It focuses on 4 out of 17 United Nations Sustainable Goals described in the agenda, and promotes STEAM-based activities Its main goals is nutritional awareness, increased nutritional knowledge, and self-efficacy. The main thematic axis of the project is the knowledge of healthy combinations of cheap and accessible foodstuffs that can keep the population nourished in case of shortage. This project inspired many teachers in India to actively contribute to the solution of the problem by visiting slums, educating poor families, and donating them food and money, and conducting surveys. So many environmentalists and ecologists argue that sustainability is achieved through the balance of resources and the resources within the environment. But the goal is to maintain this equilibrium. Available resources must not be depleted faster than resources are naturally generated. But through my water project, sustainability is achieved. Is achieved through the leverage of available resources, such as unsuitable water for drinking and sanitizing through filtering and other techniques. And in the same manner, my food project promotes the utilization of available resources of low nutritional value in combination, which provides higher value nutrition without having their need to import foodstuffs from abroad. Finally, I want to say that apart from all the above, the pandemic crisis created new needs and new norms. STEM is going to play a more significant role in the future. New challenges and new solutions will restructure the educational system and the way we function as teachers. These projects have so far won 23 international awards. So thanks a lot for your attention.
Thank you so much, madam, for sparing your valuable time to share your insights on and have kindled the spirit of young minds on sustainable development, innovation, STEAM, and environmental education. And the projects of school students was quite interesting. If the school students can come out with these great startup ideas, why not the students from the tertiary level? Let us expect more startup ideas in future from the audience to protect our ecosystem. It is our collective and individual responsibility to preserve the world in which we all live in. Next event is releasing the conference proceeding virtually. We request our resource person, Dr. Rania Lampo, to announce the release of the conference proceedings virtually, which will be displayed in the backdrop. Please, madam.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You're going to release the proceedings virtually.
Can you tell me? I can hear you.
Yeah. You're just going to announce that the proceedings is released. The proceedings pages will be displayed on the backdrop. Am I clear, ma'am?
Can hear this.
Okay, no problem. Anuradha, you continue with the next one.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. We are happy indeed to request an eminent and inspiring person, Professor Dr. Cyril Raj, Joint Registrar, Academics and Administration of our university, to deliver felicitation address. Please, sir.
Respected Chief Guest, Dr. Raina, most respected Vice Chancellor of our university, thanks to our beloved President, sir, for arranging such a wonderful topic to be the topic for International Conference of the Educational Department. I think all of us, we are aware the world is reeling under or improving under the STEM education. So if science, engineering, technology education is not there in the world, so definitely we would have been there living in the Stone Age. So definitely the education, the concepts which were taught to the human being over thousands of years together has made us a good civilized society. So thanks to the teachers, the great teachers here who could able to carry the value of the knowledge of science, engineering and technology education to all these generations across. Yeah, the technology, the method would have been different, but the knowledge transformation has really happened. So it has to happen also in the coming days also. Now, as far as these STEM education is concerned, that is innovation in sustainability, innovation in the STEM education is concerned, more or less, we have to adapt towards project-oriented, project-based learning rather than problem-based learning. So I think we should know the difference between problem-based learning and the project-based learning. Mostly, the problem-based learning happens there in the field of medicine, where the problem will be narrated. So obviously, they try to provide necessary solutions. But as far as STEM education is concerned, mostly if it is dealt as the project-based learning by the faculty members using technology. All of you are aware, in IT stands for information technology, but as far as particular conference, IT is instructional technology. Unless we use the IT instructional technology to these recent generations, that is Gen Z kind of students, where they born with gadgets. Yeah. So I think oldies like us, we get using gadgets. We try to avoid learning the latest technology, but rather now these then is it students know clear, unless we closely associate ourselves with those latest technology and then take that particular technology for the design and then methodology, designing and then evaluation and the management of the educational practices, then only what happens in a clear that the real knowledge transformation process will happen. So thanks to I say COVID, so really made a lot of what is it? Total revamp in the way that so far education is being built. The technology has proven that definitely it can deliver content in the absence of the physical, meeting also. So definitely, I'm not proposing there. This is one of the best methods, but where we have to take this as one of the alternate also, because actually, not all the subjects cannot be taught. Using these sort of technological revolutions, but rather this is one of the enabler also. So sometimes, the students are accepting or interested in listening to these sort of online lecturing also. So where the expert like Dr. Krishna sitting there in other part of the world, he was able to inspire all of us their valuable knowledge. So these sort of things are happening because of the information technology that is being effectively used by instructional technology methods. Yeah, so that's what actually I want to say. So now what I want to convey to my teaching friends here, please, the most we adapt to the technology, and then the most we try to adapt to effective teaching methodologies. I think all of you are aware what is the difference between a teacher and then a good teacher and a motivational teacher. Yeah. So an ordinary teacher, he only teaches, but it is only that extraordinary teacher makes the students motivate to go higher than that of the ability, I mean, what is that, knowledge of the teacher. So, I mean, we have to push the students beyond our reach in that knowledge later. Then only, clear, the real, the role of a real teacher, can be explored. So definitely, right now there are a lot of challenges available to the teacher. So we have to overcome all these challenges. As already told you, unless we adapt the technology, then another important thing, the impact of environment as far as STEM education is concerned, that should be adapted in our curriculum itself. We teach a lot of subjects, but we never teach what is the impact of that particular technology or applications or whatever it is onto the environment. So that linking is not being handled by us properly. So each and every subject should have what is the environmental effect of that particular subject as per the current usage is concerned. So when we try to teach electricity to the student, at the same time we should teach the student that what is the impact of this electricity onto the Mother Earth. Clear. So then only what happens in the case, the students will know, yes, we need to learn that when the technology, we need to know, we need to tap that energy, but at the same time, how possibly without damaging the Mother Earth, that is the environment, we can we can make alternate the resources. So this sort of knowledge should be there to the students, so that from the budding stage onwards, so they will have that aspiration. So okay, I'm using this particular device. So why should I try to minimize the usage of this particular energy? So that's clear. So at some point of time, that particular thought make that student, some students, to come out with the novel technology of not disturbing the Mother Earth for stopping the energy is concerned. So this way, I think if we adapt that environment impact on each and every aspects of the STEM subjects, so definitely there will be, we can bring back the Mother Earth as it was 300, 400 years before. So for this, I thank Dr. Geeta Madam, such a graceful administrator, for providing such a wonderful platform to discuss, to hear some of my views about the environment and then the STEM education, what is it, innovation and then the impact here. Through this particular conference, I wish all the participants a grand success. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And this pandemic has led to the technology development in 21st century education system. And we have started implementing and using the technologies in education. Thank you very much, sir. And we are privileged to have another renowned person, Professor Dr. B.Ed Rajavarman, Deputy Dean Phase 2 Campus, from our family to inspire the virtual gatherings through the felicitation address. Please, sir.
I think Sarah's not there, I think. I'll call him. You ask Manoj Kumar sir, you introduce him.
Okay.
After the speech, I'll go.
We now request Dr. P. Sendamil Pave from the Faculty of Education to introduce the second speaker of the inaugural session, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar Mishra, to the virtual gathering.
Thank you, Hanuman. It is indeed a beautiful morning, all soaked in the delighted frame of mind. This morning, I have the pleasure in introducing our beloved chief guest, Dr. Manoj Kumar Mishra. Professor Manoj Kumar Mishra is a well-known academician and researcher. He has 18 years of versatile experience of teaching, research and administration in India and abroad. At present, he is a professor in the Department of Economics and Statistics at British American University, Florida, Benin Republic Campus, West Africa. He is MA in Economics, MSc in Statistics, PhD in Economics from Mahat University, Bodh Gaya. He has also been awarded honorary DSc in Economics and multidisciplinary research from USA and honorary DSc in Management from United Kingdom. He is a gold medalist and champion in academic and research work. He specializes in econometrics, development economics, research methods, business economics, business analytics, and applied statistics. He has supervised 8 PhD scholars and currently guiding 6 PhD scholars. He has developed blended video lectures in Advanced Research Methods 1 and 2 and also developed course material of development economics for master level courses at Ethiopian Civil Service University, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. He has published about 130 research papers and articles in national and international journals. He has also authored 3 books for PG level honors credit. He has presented more than 100 research papers in national and international seminars and conferences of academicians and researchers. Dr. Mishra has also chaired, co-chaired, delivered about 50 invited lectures as keynote speaker, guest speaker, and eminent speaker in national and international conferences. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. Thus, it is really an honor to have such a renowned and multifaceted personality sharing his thoughts with us. We once again welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I am audible, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're audible.
Okay, thank you.
You're-
Honorable President, Engineer ACS Arun Kumar, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute University, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor S. Geeta Lakshmi, Professor C.B. Palanivelu, Registrar, Professor Binaras Nitya Nantham, Professor Rama Vaidyanathan, Professor Rania Lempu, the chief guest of this international webinar, Professor Binu Thomas, Professor K. Geeta, Principal and Organizing Secretary of this international seminar, moderator, all the faculty, staffs and delegates of this 2 days international webinar organized by Faculty of Education, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute University, Tamil Nadu, on the theme Innovation and Sustainability through ESTM, a very, very pertinent topics. So first of all, I want to greet this university, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, for organizing very interesting and very pertinent international webinars these times. And I'm also very happy to listen that this university has a NAC A grade and is well known for the quality education all over the India and world also. So I greet the organizing committee and the principal of this Faculty of Education, Dr. Professor K. Geeta, for inviting me in this international webinar. I am confined my topics here, innovation, STEM and sustainable development goals. In this respect, I will discuss the issues I will discuss will innovation, development and sustainability a brief. Present global development scenario I will discuss. Sustainable development goals objective I will discuss in very brief, and a strategy for sustainable development goals, that is very important, I will discuss, and challenges of sustainable development goals I will discuss. All these related to the main theme of this online international conference. So first of all, we have to clearly know what is innovation, development and sustainability. What is innovation, what is development, what is sustainability, and how these three are correlated to each other, how these three interrelated to each other, all those things. So innovation, we think that, so Peter has told that innovation is the engine of growth. Innovation means searching of the new methodology, new technology, new techniques, new resources, new methods of working, all those things that should have a long sustainability. When time changes, we have to change all those things to sustain the time and for the growth of the world. So this case, innovation is important. It is always important while changing the times. And development means, generally we understand that development means economic development, like increasing the income of the people, increasing the consumption level of the people, saving level of the people, investment increasing, employment generating, like these phenomena, trade increase in trade, like these things, we are understanding the developments. But we have to understand the real development. Maximization of income, maximization of consumption, maximization of investment. I think that this is not the real development. And the world this time is going in this direction. They are interested to maximize the greed. Nature has given us the resources to fill our needs, but we are interested to maximize our greed, maximize our economic welfare only, and we are ignoring the social welfare, cultural welfare, human welfare, and we are also ignoring the human in the face of development and inclusive development. All those things the world is ignoring, and therefore this is coming a problem. We are doing the blindly utilization of the resources, like madam has also told that, Dr. Rania has also told about this. We are blindly utilizing the energy consumption is very increasing fast, and we are seeing that energy is directly related to development, energy consumptions. But in the context of underdeveloped countries, there is a problem of energy, and energy is required for the development. The developed countries has already developed, and they have to problem how to sustain the development there. But in the underdeveloped countries, the problem is how to make the country develop, how to increase the income, how to increase the saving level, how to increase the consumption level, how to increase the trade, all those things, investment, employment, all those things, education level, all those things are very, very important. So it is very important that if we are interested to do the development of the world or to do the development of a particular country, we have to go with nature. Nature has the capacity. We are utilizing more and more. You are more and more natural resources, consumptions of energy. You are doing more, but we are ignoring the. We are not doing the protection of the environment. The final result is that the quality of environment is decreasing. As a result, many diseases are increasing, and it has been also told that if we utilize all the uh, energy like coal, petroleum in the same rate, so after 30 or 40 years, they all will be end, they all will be consumed, and there will be the question on the development of future generation. So it is very important that while making the development model, while doing the development of the world or any country, we have to focus on the innovation, and we also have to focus on the sustainability, how environment can sustain this development, how environment can sustain the burden of the human beings, as human beings is exploiting the natural resources and all the resources very fast, and we are seeing that soil is going to be polluted, water is going to be polluted, forest, there is also the problem, we are cutting the forest, industrialization is going to increase, but quality, uh, but the in the air components, the quantity of carbon dioxide is increasing and harmonious gases are increasing. As a result, this is the problem of global warming, and the temperature is increasing. Earth is going to be in danger. So that is the problem for all, not for the vegetation and flora living on the earth, but also living in the water bodies. There is also problem. So water bodies is also in danger, and land is also in danger. As a result, human and other animals are also in danger due to the blind utilization of resources. We are seeing this. So the problem of this depends, the solution of this problem depends in the holistic education. We should develop the holistic education. We should not more focus on the economic. We should focus on the inclusive growth, inclusive development of all the parts of the world. So this is the important in this context. Now I am discussing present global development scenario. Where global development scenario is going at the present time, we are seeing that at the global level there is asymmetrical development is going on the and high regional disparity we find at the global level, on the continent level, on the country level, on the state level, on the region level, even family level. We are finding the highly disparity. So we see that in the North America is developed, but as we discuss, the innovation is the North America that is very high. According to the need of environment, they change the technology. Okay, and in spite of this, in the North America, the forest is about more than 30%. More than 30% green forest is available in the North America and Canadian countries also. Okay, in the South America has not developed. In spite of this, the quality of environment is not good. North America is developed. In spite of this, quality of environment is also good. That is the protected environmental quality. So we discussed about the European countries. In these countries, the quality of environment is also good. More than 30% forest in the most of the European country. In Russia also, but in the South America, the pollution. But in the South Africa, the pollution is not a problem big. But in this country, the poverty is a big problem. Hunger is a big problem. Development is a big problem. Lacking the infrastructure. Education is a big problem. Accessibility, affordability of education and inclusive education is a big problem. When we discuss about the Asian countries, in the Western Asian countries, we found the economic growth but lacking the economic development. In the South Asian country, we are seeing that huge population in the South Asian country, and there is a problem of development also there. When we discuss about the East Asian countries, their development is yes, but their development is also in the planned way, like the South Korea and Taiwan also. In the Japan also, they have focused on the green development also. When we discuss about the Australia, there is literacy also high, human resource development also high, and they are also focusing on the green development. So this is the present scenario of the world, and we are seeing that the wealth and income is concentrated in in the hands of only few people of all over the world. According to the World Report 2016, it is saying that 74% income of the world is in the hands of only 20% people of the world, richest people. While we discussing about the lowest people, 8% people, 20% poorest people of the world have only 2.5% income of the world. This is the disparity of the income distribution in the world, and this is also a big problem. Not we are seeing this disparity on the continent basis. We are seeing the disparity in the country basis also. In the same country, some states per capita is high, life expectancy is high, literacy rate is high. In the other states, that is low. And we are seeing that a big gap between urban and rural areas. In the urban area, there is more schools, colleges, infrastructure, while in the rural area, it is lacking the infrastructural facility. This is also a big problem. And now in this context, we have discussed about the sustainable development goal. Before the sustainable development goal, the World United Nations organized a meeting in 2000, and they discussed about the problem of the world, and Millennium Development Goals objective were fixed. The objective were 8. And the Millennium Development Goal was related to the developing country, that how to make the developed country and how to solve all the problem, economic, social problems of the developed country. Millennium Development Goals. The period was 2001 to 2015. I will discuss this objective also. From the 2016 to 2030 Sustainable Development Goal, a broad-based goal has been adopted at the global level, and that is for the developed and underdeveloped countries both, and 17 objectives were fixed to achieve this up to 2030. But these objectives, we are seeing that zero poverty up to 2030, we have to achieve the goals: zero poverty at the global level, no hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure. This focus reducing inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, that is a very important, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions, and partnership for the goals. All those were 17 objective fixed, uh, the goals of the Sustainable Development Goals. But what is the reality? Where world is going? Can we achieve the zero poverty? Can we achieve the no poverty up to 230? That is not possible. In the underdeveloped countries, when we discuss about the absolute poverty, in the maximum country, in the African country, 40%, 45% absolute poverty. While we discuss about the relative poverty, in the underdeveloped countries, maximum countries, more than 80% relative poverty is found. But generally, we measure the absolute poverty. In the case of India, that is 20% absolute poverty. But when we discuss the absolute poverty, that is about 60 or 70% in India also. So zero hunger, it is saying. So all these goals, generally we can see, discuss that in the context of poverty, hunger, education, and equality. We have not achieved the inclusive education, and quality education is a big problem. So it is a very tough to achieve up to 2030, but it has been the objective of the Sustainable Development Goals. So now I am interested to focus the strategy for the Sustainable Development Goals. So how we can achieve the objective of this Sustainable Development Goal, that is the important. So government role, in my view, government role should only be concentrated to the defense, administration, good defense. The government should do good defense, good administration, good law and justice, and quality education, free education, free primary education of up to 10th class. The government should give, and the government should give the health facilities to all, and government should provide only the infrastructural facility. That is enough for the government. In spite of this, the people should be committed, the government should be committed, the people should be committed, and there should be the cooperation among the people, cooperation among the countries, at the personal level, at the country level, at the all level, at the international agencies level. There should be the commitment is very important. All the people of the world should think for development, should think for innovation, should think for sustainable development, and intention of the people should be global. We should think ourselves as a global family, and not we should be so centric on our interest. Our individual interest will damage the social interest. So we should try to become a good global citizen. We should try to become a good national citizen. We should try to become a responsible citizen, responsible global citizen, responsible national citizen, and we should not more focus on the rights. That will increase the conflict in the society. We should more focus on duties and responsibilities. That is very, very important. And rural development is also very important in the context of developing countries. When you go to the USA, Canada, and European countries, you will found that in the village area, there is same facility like city. In the village area, road is okay, drainage system okay, give lighting facilities is okay, library facilities, school facilities, college facilities, industry also in the villages area, hospital also in the villages area, market also in the villages area in the developed country. But when we discuss about the underdeveloped country, even that is not developed in the urban area. Village area is very far away, and very poor infrastructure in the village area. So this is the problem. So that is required to develop the village area as as a innovative method of development, and we can achieve the sustainability of development. Agriculture, industry, and service sector, there should be the good coordination. The developing countries and underdeveloped countries has become only the market to sell the product. But there should be focus on the skill generation. Employability in the developed countries, employability is 85%, 80%, while in the underdeveloped and developing countries, the employability rate is 10%, 8%, like 15% in the different countries of the world, and this is a big problem. Entrepreneurship education development is also required. The people are more interested to get the job has become the objective of education. But we should focus on develop the job creator, job givers, and we should not more focus on the job society as a learner. So education should focus on entrepreneurship education that will prepare more and more job creator and more job giver in the society. Private public partnership is also required, just like we can do the model of South Korea is very important. Based on this, they have done the development of rural areas, systematically development of rural areas on the public private partnership. They have linked the industry to the agriculture in the villages area, and they have developed all infrastructural facilities in the villages area. Also, Taiwan has also done nice in this context. Inclusive development is required. The development of women, development of child, and development should be seen at the personal level, the development of all the people. The development should not be based on the class. The development should not be based on the caste. The development should be at the personal level, and it will minimize the conflict in the society. Also, in spite of this, environmental and natural resources protection is very important. We should make nature can fulfill our need. Nature can fulfill our need, but nature cannot fulfill our greed. So we should sacrifice our greed, and we should believe in need, and we should utilize the natural resources very properly, justifiable and viable, and the local based management system is required on the availability of resources at the local level. That is very important for the development of any country or for the development of any parts of the world. So it is saying that man should believe on the neo-deterministic model. Man should not think that we can control the nature. Man should try to become the friend of nature. Man should try to become the friend of nature, and man should understand the problems of the natural resources, and very rationally and very viably and justifiably utilize the natural resources. And with the nature, if we should go, the problem of the pollution, the problem of the environmental sustainability will be solved by this way. In this way, we should focus on the clean world, green world, healthy world, and wealthy world as the world of a family. By this way, we can do this. But what challenges we can face in the way of sustainable development goals? The poor attitude. The attitude of the people are very poor. They are interested for right and not for duties and responsibility. So the people should more focus on the duties and responsibility. The attitude should be improved. It should be positive, and it should be for the welfare of all the people of society. And we should not become so selfish. Any country, any person should not become more selfish. They should focus on the development of world. And finance can also be a problem, but the agencies UNO like this and IMF, World Bank and other agencies can provide the finance, that will also be a problem also. Capitalists are interested to use the capital intensive technique. They are interested to replace the labor. They are interested to replace the labor and they are interested to use more and more capital in the place of labor. So development is going to be yes, but that is the jobless growth. The people are not getting employment. So the blind utilization of machine is good for growth, but when machine damage the welfare of the people, damage the welfare of the society, we should not utilize more and more machine. That is also important. And we should focus the we should poor intention and poor is also the big problem, and there is lack of eco-friendly technology in the underdeveloped countries is a big problem, while in the developed countries Russia, Japan, America, they are utilizing the eco-friendly technology. So this is a problem in the underdeveloped and developing countries. At present time we are seeing that at the world level, uh, defense expenditure is increasing. That is the need of the hour. Defense expenditure is increasing. So the any country should not believe on the extensive policy just like the China. They should believe on the welfare of all the country. As a result, the defense expenditure will decrease and we can increase the welfare expenditure by this way. So defense expenditure is also a big problem to achieve the sustainable development goals. And rapid population growth is a very big problem to achieve the sustainable development goal. So we should try to control the population, and that is the responsibility of each and every person of the society, each and every person of the world to control the population at any cost. Equity and justifiable distribution is required. We are seeing that the lack of pandemic management methodology we have felt in this corona time. This is the mismanagement of natural resources. This is the not this shows the not sustainability of world environment, and that is the big problem before the world. And there is also the poor logistic and supply chain management. It is a big problem. So finally, we should believe on the clean world, green world, healthy world, wealthy world, responsible person. All the people of the world should be responsible. All the countries of the world should be responsible, and all the countries and all the people of the world should consider the world as a family. And we should think about the development of world based on the Upanishad like this: Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya. All the people of the world should be happy. All the people of the world should be diseaseless. This is the main theme, and on the basis of this, all the people will should go for making a developed, civilized, innovative, and sustainable world where all the people of world, all the countries of world will get the opportunity to grow, and there will be the inclusive development of the world. Thank you so much. I'm very, very thankful for the organizing committee of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute University, Tamil Nadu, Chennai, for giving me this chance to express my view. Thank you all of you. Namaskar, namaskar. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insight on innovation, sustainability, and development, and how environment is polluted and the danger that are faced, and the strategies for sustainable development, and to introduce this entrepreneurship and inclusive education. Thank you so much, sir. We are now going to release the conference proceedings virtually. The backdrop will be displayed now. The proceedings is being published with ISBN number 9789388568227. So it is a prestigious moment releasing the conference proceedings virtually. Thank you so much, Nitish Kumar. And we are privileged to have another renowned person, Professor Dr. B.Ed Rajavarman, Deputy Dean, Phase 2 Campus, from our family, to inspire the virtual gathering through his felicitation address. Please, sir.
Have you heard, ma'am?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah, very good morning and warm good afternoon to one and all. First of all, I would like to thanks and wish to the great delegates and celebrities, Dr. Rania Lambu and Dr. Manoj Kumar Misra and Dr. Binu Thomas Chandy, on behalf of our Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute and our young and eminent President ACS Arun Kumar sir, the Faculty of Education and all the staff members of Adayalampattu campus of this Faculty of Education for accepting our invitation and coming and joining and giving your valuable informations and suggestions today. Thanks lot to all celebrities and delegates now. Really, I am very happy and appreciate the Faculty of Education, particularly the Principal of Faculty of Education, Dr. Geeta, and other staff members of the department for organizing and initiating, conducting in wonderful ways in crucial time today. Really appreciate all the staff members of particular department. Additionally, I congratulate all the participants from worldwide and those who are submitting articles on this conference. Really appreciate and once again congratulate all of the members. Also, I particularly Mrs. Anuradha giving wonderful campaigning and background support for technically for conducting and smoothly as going this conference today. I congratulate once again all of you to make and success this online conference in grand manner. Thank you one and all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. These are the words which give us boost to do more events like this. Thank you so much, sir, for your encouraging words. And we would like to request Ms. J. Vigneshwari from the Faculty of Education to introduce our third resource person of the day, Professor Dr. Binu Thomas Chande, to the gathering. Please, Vigneshwari.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah.
It's my pleasure and an honor to introduce our beloved chief guest, Dr. Binu Thomas, MPhil PhD. She is an associate professor at Sikkim Government College, Blackrock. She is a mentor who played a significant role in the students' life and education for 30 years in Sikkim. She has worked in different capacities in the University of Melbourne, Australia as a librarian, exam invigilator and educator, mentor for mathematics and science in the senior grades in colleges of Ballarat, Victoria in Australia. Also, she was guest faculty for sociology for 12 years in Sikkim Manipal University, 2 years in ICFAI University Sikkim, and currently guest faculty at SRM University Sikkim. She is also a regular faculty member of sociology in Sikkim Government College and also editorial member of the doctoral committee, Sikkim State Professional University. And also she is convener for the national seminars conducted and workshops on math conducted in Sikkim. Also, she has published articles in books and journals at both national and international levels on the social aspects of the Sikkim society. She is a reviewer of the International Journal of the Image by Common Ground Research Networks, USA, which is one of the world's top-ranked publishers. She is an academic counselor, IGNO. She is a university question paper setter and an evaluator at Sikkim Central University, SRM University, Sikkim ICFAI University, and Manipal University. It's really an honor to have such a dynamic personality with us, an ideal of knowledge, experience, and inspiration to all of us. We welcome you to fulfill our knowledge with your precious thoughts. We welcome you once again, ma'am.
Thank you, madam, for your presentation about me. I am really thankful to all the organizers of Dr. MGR Educational Research and Institute, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. I am really honored and delighted to join the International Online Conference on Innovation and Sustainability through eSTEM, organized by the Faculty of Education. It is a noble task on the part of Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute, Department of Education, Chennai, to organize an international online conference on the theme Innovation and Sustainability through eSTEM. First of all, I would like to thank Engineer ACS Arun Kumar, President, MGR Education and Research Institute, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi, Registrar Dr. C.B. Palanvelu, Principal Dr. Geeta, K. Geeta, Professor Dr. G. Geeta, Principal, Moderator for this program, Faculty of Education, especially for organizing such a wonderful principal, and the Faculty of Education for organizing such a wonderful program, online conference, for promoting the need for sustainability in STEM education. So my topic is also today on sustainability in STEM education. And I would like to thank the delegates and the celebrities who had given wonderful speech presentation. Dr. Rania Lambu, Director, Ministry of Education, Athens, and Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar Mishra, Professor, Department of Economics and Statistics, British American University, Florida, for their wonderful presentation on this topic, innovation and sustainability through eSTEM. Now, I would like to concentrate on all the thrust areas a little bit within the time limit I have. We have impact and assessment on our ecosystem. It's a very relevant topic of the time, of the need of the hour. This is something that is very much required for the present era. So education for sustainable development allows every human being to acquire knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values necessary to shape a sustainable future. Education for sustainable development, which includes key sustainable development issues into teaching and learning, for example, climate change, disaster risk education, biodiversity, poverty reduction, waste management techniques, and so sustainable consumption. It also requires participatory teaching and learning methods that motivate and empower learners to change their behavior and take action for sustainable development. Education for sustainable development consequently promotes competency like critical thinking, imagining future scenarios, and making decisions in a collaborative way. So this platform that we have today, I really wish and appreciate the Principal, Faculty and Education for organizing this premier interdisciplinary forum through a virtual environmental platform, which can bring the ideas of well-known educationists, distinguished academicians, researchers, and students from across the globe. This two-day conference creates an excellent virtual portal for the delegates to interact and to provide solutions for the depletion of natural resources. So let me start with the impact and assessment on ecosystem, which is the first theme on the thrust area that you have for this conference. What is an ecological impact assessment? So it is a key planning and decision-making tool And it is also a process of identifying, quantifying, and evaluating potential effects of development related or other proposed actions on habitats, species, and ecosystem. What are the impact on the ecology? Human activity is causing environmental degradation, which is the deterioration of the environment through depletion of resources such as air, water, and soil. The destruction of ecosystem, habitat destruction, the extinction of wildlife and pollution, etc. Humans rely on ecosystem to supply food and other necessities for a healthy human life. Certain human activities have had a devastating impact on ecosystem. However, from pollution to overharvesting, the damage and exploitation of wildlife and natural vegetation by humans has left some ecosystems in bad shape. Ecosystem assessment is thus considered as an organized information gathering process to assess the condition of our environment, the pressures exerted on it, human and natural, and the way we respond. Through environmental assessment, we can identify and understand the effects of nature and human actions on biophysical, social, socioeconomic environments to be affected. It is a process which assists us measure our environmental performance towards sustainability. Now, what is the impact on ecosystem? Climate change can alter where species live, how they interact, and the timing of biological events, which could fundamentally transform current ecosystem and food webs. Climate change can overwhelm the capacity of ecosystem to mitigate extreme events and disturbance such as wildfires, floods, drought, etc. Chemicals released into the environment may have a variety of adverse ecological effects, ranging from fish and wildlife kills to forest decline. Ecological effects can be long-term or short-lived changes in the normal functioning of an ecosystem, resulting in economic, social, and aesthetic losses. Now, this ecological assessment implies the monitoring of ecological resources to discover the current and changing conditions. In conjunction with the contamination and human health risk assessment, it helps to evaluate the environmental hazards posed by the contaminated sites and to determine remediation requirements. What are the ecological indicators? Number one, assess the condition of the environment, provide an early warning signal or changes in the environment, diagnose the cause of an environmental problem. Society is increasingly realizing that environmental education has a role to play in helping alleviate the stresses faced by communities. Educators and youth program leaders in community and other organizations are increasingly looking to environmental education as a platform to address youth and community development in stressed communities. Environmental education has a long and international history leading to its current definitions and strategies for engaging the public in sustainable environmental and responsible discourse. Assessment of ecosystem service is the way to show importance of ecosystem in human life to the society. From the perspective of regional planners, it is a supporting instrument for planning the use of an area. However, it is a really difficult scientific task to implement this assessment. Now, next topic that you have in your trust area is the laws and acts for environmental protection. So I would just mention the important ones. The need for protection and conservation of environment and sustainable use of natural resources is reflected in the constitutional framework of India and also in the international commitments of India. The Ministry of Environment and Forests and Pollution Control Board, CB, Central Pollution Control Board, and State Pollution Control Boards, SPCB, together form the regulatory and administrative core of the sector. Let me just elaborate on the important legislations for environmental protection. Number one, the National Green Tribunal Act 2010. The National Green Tribunal Act, NGT Act, has been enacted with the objectives to provide for establishment of a National Green Tribunal for the effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environment protection and conservation of forests and other natural resources, including enforcement of any legal rights relating to environment and giving relief and compensation for damages to persons and property, and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto, that is liability to pay compensation for loss or damage caused to any property. Next one is the Air Prevention and Control Pollution Act 1981. The industrialization and urbanization have resulted in profound deterioration of India's air quality. Of the 3 million premature deaths in the world that occur each area due to outdoor and indoor pollution, the highest number are assessed to occur in India. Hydrocarbons emitted by the automobiles are toxic and react with hemoglobin in the blood. The effect of nitrogen is adverse and permanent, and it increases children's susceptibility to diseases like influenza. Sulfur dioxide in the air spreads air acidity and corrodes building. It causes irritation to various parts of the respiratory system. These are the problems that you have because of air pollution. And what are the pollution control measures that have been taken? Air quality measures to reduce vehicular pollution, including inspection and maintenance of emission controls, changes in the engine design and fuel types, and development of more energy efficient transportation systems. So now we have, all of you know, BS4 cars have been not been used, and it is BS6 that has come just to prevent this pollution. Many of us be aware of the plight of Delhi residents in the winter, especially the winter fog, the smoke from stubble burning in nearby states, Haryana, vehicles carried by the incoming northern winds combined to make Delhi a gas chamber. In 2019, Delhi was ranked as one of the most polluted major cities in the world. The boards have been given. We have discussed about the State Pollution Control Board, Central Pollution Control Board. They have been given all facilities power to set up regulations to ensure that air pollution is controlled in the country. The legislation also gives the boards power to take action on the entities that fail to meet the air quality standards that are set. The Act has 54 sections. Next comes the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. This was been adopted by the Indian Parliament with the aim of prevention and control of pollution, water pollution in India. Next one is the Environment Pollution Act 1986. The salient features of Environment Pollution Act 1986 are that it covers all forms of pollution: air, water, soil, and noise. It provides the safeguards for the presence of various pollutants in the environment and prohibits the use of hazardous materials unless prior permission is taken from the central government. Next one is the Hazard Waste Management Regulations. Scientific disposal of hazardous waste through collection, storage, packaging, transportation, treatment in an environmentally sound manner minimizes the adverse impact on human health and on the environment. So with this is a brief that I want to present before you regarding the laws. And next one is the laws and acts for environment protection. Next, let us see about the green good deeds. There's a good term, green good deeds. We are doing some good deeds there. Green Good Deeds, the societal movement launched by the Environment Minister Harshavardhan to protect environment and promote good living, has found acceptance by the global community. Green Good Deeds initiate to promote environmental awareness and to mobilize people's participation for conservation of environment. That is very important for the present era. We need to conserve our environment. The Green Good Deeds initiative is about simple, practical steps that students, teachers, citizens can perform in their day-to-day life towards protection of environment. So for the protection of environment, the work has to start from the grassroots level, that is from the students, teachers, citizens in general. Green Good Deeds initiative to promote environmental awareness and to mobilize people's participation for the conservation of environment. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change coordinates a central sector scheme, namely Environment Education Awareness and Training Program, with an objective to promote environmental awareness among all sections of the society and to mobilize people's participation for the conservation of environment. So these types of training programs have been inculcated among the students, among the school, college, university level citizens, just for the participation for conservation of the environment. Through the National Green Crops Program, which is one of the components of this scheme, about 150,000 eco clubs. So all the schools and universities are also, colleges are also trying to form these eco clubs, thereby creating awareness among the students regarding conservation of environment. So 150,000 eco clubs have been established in schools, colleges across the country, and nearly 34 lakhs students are actively involved in the programs related to environment protection and conservation. The Green Good Deeds initiative is about simple, practical steps that students, teachers, citizens can perform in their day-to-day life. Taking forward the Green Good Deeds initiative, among other activities of eco clubs, the eco clubs have been center stage for various environmental protection, conservation activities like conducting cleanliness drives as a part of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, plantation drives, awareness on waste minimization, waste segregation, recycling and reuse. That is been done at the grassroots level, schools and colleges. We had, even in my college also, we had a cleanliness drive, and it was being supported by different NGOs projects for the children to do. Each department, we were taken different areas of Gangtok, and then we were doing this cleanliness drive, creating awareness on waste minimization, waste segregation, how to segregate the waste, and then it can be recycled and reused. So the Gangtok Municipal Corporation is also looking into all these things, creating awareness among the schools and colleges regarding this. Various environment awareness programs have been undertaken by the students, like minimizing the use of single-use plastic, celebrating Green Diwali, making of eco-friendly idols of Ganesh and seed balls, adopting water bodies, bleach cleaning, etc. These are other ways where we can preserve the cleanliness of the environment. Through the National Green Crops Program, which is one of the components of the scheme, environmental protection and conservation programs were conducted at different levels in the schools and colleges to make the place clean. So as you know, like I'm just telling you, Sikkim is considered one of the organic state as well as the most cleanest state in India. Why? Because being a small state, as well as the schools and colleges and even the local community is being made to understand or made awareness about the cleanliness program, and then we have different NGOs also who are looking into this. So the cooperation of all the citizens as well students and college students, university students regarding this has helped a lot to bring the small state waste free. The eco clubs have been at center stage for various environment protection and conservation activities, like conducting a cleanliness drives as a part of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Then next one I would like to discuss is the waste management techniques. Solid waste is unwanted garbage that is generated due to agriculture, industrial, medical, and household and other activities. Solid waste management is necessary to maintain the ecological and environmental balance and to maintain the quality of life. So currently, India is facing a crucial issue of solid waste management. Some of the methods of waste disposal, first one is landfill. In this process, the waste cannot be reused or recycled or separated out and spread as a thin layer in low-lying areas across a state. Then we have incineration, which is the process of controlled combustion of garbage to reduce it to the uncombustible matter such as ash and waste gas. The exhaust gases from this process may be toxic, hence it is treated after being released into the environment. Then we have the biogas generation. Biodegradable waste such as food items, animal waste, organic industrial waste from food packing industries are sent to biodegradation plants. In biodegradation plants, they are converted to biogas by degradation with the help of bacteria, fungi, or microbes. You have vermi composting, that is one of it. Here, the organic matter serves as food for the microorganisms. The degradation can happen aerobically with oxygen and anaerobically without oxygen. The next one is, and the biogas that is generated as a result of this process, which is used as a fuel, and the residue and the leftover is being used as a manure. Next is the vermicomposting, as well as composting all organic. Let's talk about composting. All organic materials decompose with time. Food scraps, yard waste, etc. make up for one of the major organic waste we throw every day. The process of composting starts with these organic waste being buried under layers of soil and then are left to decay under the action of microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi. This results in the formation of nutrient-rich manure. Next is vermicomposting, which we have here in our state. Vermicomposting is every household has a small place for vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is the process of using worms for the degradation of organic matter into the nutrient-rich manure. Worms consume and digest the organic matter. The byproducts of digestion, which are excreted out by the worms, make the soil rich, nutrient-rich, thus enhancing the growth of bacteria and fungi. It is also far more effective than the traditional composting. Last one, the role of technology for sustainable development. The tools for sustainable development, economic instruments, legislative measures, and consumer pressures are aimed at achieving technological changes such as recycling, waste management, waste minimization, substitution of materials, change production process, pollution control, and more efficient usage of resources. Technology plays a big role in sustainable development in all of its aspects: social, environmental, and economic. Green technology's goal is to replace practices and methods that damage or deplete natural resources with alternative practices that are sustainable and efficient. By partaking in alternatives like renewable energy, which is energy harnessed from renewable sources like wind, water, solar, instead of limited sources like fossil fuels, we can cut down on pollution and avoid depleting natural resources. So, next, further proofing sustainable recovery and sustainable development is future proofing sustainable recovery and sustainable development is only possible when sound environmental responses, plans, and policies are given the importance they deserve. So even for the future, we need to have a proper planning, sustainable recovery, etc. Nature is in crisis, threatened by biodiversity and habitat loss, global heating, and toxic pollution. Failure to act is failing humanity. Addressing the current corona pandemic and protecting ourselves against future global threats requires sound management of hazardous medical and chemical waste, strong and global stewardship of nature and biodiversity, and a clear commitment to building back better, creating green jobs, and facilitating the transition to carbon neutral economies. Humanity depends on action for a resilient and sustainable future. This webinar provides competent multidisciplinary forum to address the problem areas in managing ecosystem, to sustain ecological balance by reducing and reusing of waste, to protect environment, to afford a platform of sustainable technology, to recognize, analyze, and problem solving competencies through different domains. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Special thanks to Dr. K. Geeta Madam, Principal, and the Faculty of Education for giving me this opportunity to present myself in this online conference platform. Thank you so much. And wish you the best. And I wish and appreciate a future successful webinars from your institute. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your valuable insights on all the trust areas like green good deeds and the laws and acts of environment protection and how they to be actively participating in protecting the environment. Thank you so much, ma'am. Showing gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful things humans can do for each other. As a sign of gratitude, we now request Ms. L. Marie Suganti to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, Anna ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah. You're audible.
A moment of gratitude makes a difference in the attitude. Warm afternoon to everyone. On behalf of Faculty of Education, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, we are grateful to make a gratitudinal note. We would like to extend our gratitude to our Honorable President, Engineer ACS Arun Kumar, for granting us permission to organize this International Online Conference 2020. We would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to our resource person, Dr. Rania Lampo, Director, Ministry of Education, Athens, Greece, for kindly accepting our invitation and gracing the inaugural session. Our sincere gratitude to our resource person, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar Mishra, Department of Economics and Statistics, British American University, Florida, Benin campus, for accepting our invitation and for his gracious presence to deliver a keynote address. We would like to extend our cordial thanks to our resource person, Dr. Binu Thomas Chandy, Associate Professor, Sikkim Government College, Gangtok. It's a pleasure for joining us today to deliver a special address. We extend our gratitude to Dr. S. Geetalakshmi, Vice Chancellor, Dr. MGR University. We would like to extend our sincere thanks to our executives, Dr. Cyril Raj, Joint Registrar, Academics and Administration, Professor Dr. L. Ramesh, Dean, EPA, Dr. V.N. Rajavarman, Deputy Dean, Phase 2 Campus, for their felicitation address on this special occasion. We are so happy to render a heartfelt gratitude to Dr. K. Geeta, Principal, Faculty of Education, for her tireless effort in planning and execution of this IoT 2020. Our sincere thanks to Mr. M. Ganesh Babu, System Administrator, Mr. M. Manivannan, and Mr. Nitish Raj for their tremendous and continuous technical committee members, advisors, coordinators, student coordinators for providing their valuable comments in time and help towards the improvement of quality of papers presented in the International Online Conference 2020. We acknowledge the unwavering support received from our faculty members, staffs, and our beloved students. It's our privilege to thank all of you who have made this session a successful one. Thank you, Anandol.
Thank you, Manya, for the wonderful and Earth is our mother, it is our home and provider, so let us love her and protect her forever. With this note, we come to an end of this inaugural session and we will resume for the paper presentation session as scheduled and join the link provided for the session by 1:45 p.m. Presenters, kindly find your appropriate session and join the link 10 minutes in advance. The technical session under the chairperson, Professor P. Malyadri, ICSSR, Senior Research Fellow, will retain in the same link of the inaugural session, and the technical session under the chairperson, Professor Dr. Kankipatti Srinivasa Rao, Associate Professor of Commerce, will join the link that will be shared in the chat box and in the WhatsApp group. Thank you, everyone. We will resume after lunch by 1:45 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you very much to all of you. Thanks a lot for all the resource persons, speakers, guests, participants, paper presenters. Thanks to one and all. Thank you. My hearty thanks to Faculty of Education, my beloved staff members for supporting me to become this IOC inaugural as a great success. Thank you very much to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.